let's start composing. This is ICONICA. It's the Steinberg's orchestral library produced by Orchestral Tools. It is, in this case, I created a small little template. The goal for this template was to create something small that you can fit in a laptop kind of thing. 3-4 gigs of RAM max, not very CPU taxing, and try to see how much we can get out of just 25 tracks, something like this. Now, with that being said, when we're composing like a feature film or something, we're gonna need more than this. But this should be a good starting point. Let's test it with a style of music that is kind of demanding for what orchestral sound is, action high intensity. We did that 3 weeks ago with my big template, and the idea was to replicate the same sound, the same style with just one library, ICONICA, just 55 tracks. Let's get started. So just quickly describing what we've got here. Up here, this kind of this group of tracks here, sketching patches or fast action patches. We're gonna have the orchestral short notes, the orchestral long notes, etc. The strings, the woods, the brass, and short, long, and then percussion and horns. Kind of thing. Let me just move this here. I have a small little problem with this camera. EOS R, properties, this deactivate, activate. Cool, we're rolling. Done. Move out of the way. I'm just real quick. I'm gonna explain this horns patch. I love this library. I've got many things that I love about this library. One thing that I wish had a little bit more is that extra aggression. Some instruments for horns, for timpani, you'll see that. And for this style, we're gonna put this to test how much aggressive this library can be. And I like the high brass and the low brass. The horns though a little bit mellow. The timpani though I wish it had a little bit more of aggression and impact. But there are always workarounds. There are always workarounds. In this case, the timpani sounded like this. The horns ensemble patch sounded like this for the legato. This is the max kind of aggression that you can get. Up 127 modulation kind of thing. So triple forte. Let me see how they labeled this. Double forte, so fortissimo. And I'm like, I wish I had a little bit more. So what I did is I layered the crescendo here, and I assigned CC2, which is breath, that controls the level of this decrescendo here. So if I don't have it, then it's like this. But if I bring it in, it has that extra You get the idea. I'm just enjoying myself here. Let's get this started. Strings and percussion. All right, get this started. Now, Art, I don't know. Art's not gonna be here today, but just if he watches the replay, I did not prepare. I have nothing. I don't have any sketch. I haven't practiced what I'm gonna do now. Let's get this started. 200. All right. Why? Why is it recording every time that I hit play? It's okay. Maybe. Why is it recording every time I hit play? Anyone know? I activated like auto something. What? Anyone know? Just post it here in the chat. That'd be helpful. Extra byte, no. Oh, crap. I cannot work with this. Well, I can't work with this, but you know what? I'll just work with this. Oh, it's not active anymore. Interesting. All right, cool. All right. Ah. Oh, it's this thing here. What was it? And now it's active. Why is this happening? 1 second. What the crap? Whatever. I'll just deal with this.
It's happening on all tracks, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The retrospective recording?
No, it's not that. But it's okay, thanks. I'll just bars. Yeah. I'm gonna hide this. Good things I don't have to hit R. Alright, cool. This guy here. This guy's here. Maybe no strings. And then high strings. Yeah, kind of thing. I think this will work. Timpani. So timpani. So timpani has this thing where you can hit, and then you can stop it here. A bit less. A bit less. Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's not active anymore. Yeah. Timpani. So this one is here. And then we've got this 1 second, the snare is gonna go here. And then both of them, this one was a little bit lame. Here we go. Cool. All right. Let's improve that a little bit here. And then both of them. This one and this one. One, two. All right. 1, 2. Open. Quantize. Whack. Maybe whack. Tum tum. One. Yeah. There we go. Let's see what we've got. Take a boom. We had a little more. Yes. Yes, and now we're gonna need to see this guy here and bring it back again. Pop, pop, pop. All right. I've done is I can do legato or chords. So I think this is the right place. No, maybe brass. No, or this. The third fader is controls sustain tremolo. That's what it does. It's CC2. It's breath control. Control. Let's quantize this guy. It's a little bit. That's what it wants. No, smaller. Let's just switch. Hello. 2. Not to 2. 2, 4. No, not to 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Small. Let's get rid of this guy. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Get rid of these guys. Dotty. Dotty. No. Let's just quantize first. Dotty. Alright, cool. Dotty. And then back to 4. Alright, cool. No. Maybe. Yeah. Dotty. Cool. Dotty. Yeah, we like this. Dotty. Boom. do I stop this guy? Do I have... Alright, cool. This guy here, minus B1. One thing that I like about this library is that you usually have like a key to sort of like choke or stop the release. I mean, yes, but not this one. This one. This one would sound so better if you... Think of this. I will continue there and all that good stuff. No. No, not you. You. Yeah. Nah. Zatatan, there. Zatatan. Have to quantize this a little bit. Zataka. It's a little bit tighter. And Yaka. I wish sound a little more symphonic. I'm gonna move this guy here so you can see. Less of these and more of these. So maybe I even maybe yeah, we don't even need this. Yeah. Yes, much better. Yes, exactly. Shaki kakaraki pa. Maybe do si fa la sol here. Do si fa la sol mi. With these trumpets. Oh, yeah. Yes. That is cara. Is that cara. Let's see what we've got. Man, I can work a lot here still. This timpani, what do you think about this timpani? It's nice, but it reminds me to the old East-West timpani sound, but it doesn't blend as well with the rest of the orchestra. It's hard mallet. You can go with medium mallet. Okay, we try. Untie this a little bit. I don't know. All right. For whatever reason, it activates. Yes, better. All right, cool. I don't know what's going on with the auto activation of record mode or whatever. But yeah, we haven't tested everything. But I'll explain the template tomorrow a little bit. But you know, one more time. That's it. I'm gonna stop now. Maybe a little bit. Come on, save. Exactly. You get the idea. I'm just gonna stop recording. All right, that's it. Questions or opinions, thoughts on the library? The idea was just to have someone composing using this library so you can sort of get an idea of how it sounds and all that. I personally am happy with it. There are some things that I would use some of the libraries because I just like the sound a little bit better. But what's your opinion or what are your questions?
Okay, I have a question about key switches on your way of work because he is his first class. Emmanuel, are you there? Do you want to ask Mark directly or do you prefer that I read your question?
Please
okay,
read.
Please
right,
read.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I hope I'd like to be able to discover the need for articulations as the piece develops and pivot, rather than try to anticipate all expressions at the outset. He questioned about what is better and why you using different articulation versus key switches, basically.
Yeah, great question. So the answer would be, well, I think. Well, I'm gonna explain two things. First, we're using a template. The other way of doing things. So I'm gonna cover two things: the having not having template and the having articulation separate tracks. As you can see, I use a template. The other way of working would be not having a template and just load articulations as we go. Oh, I need this, then loading it. It's just it's perfectly fine. It's a little bit slower. It can be done. It's just, hey, Manuel. But it's just a little bit slower. Now there are in between, like there's you can have groups of tracks saved, so you can load them later quicker, or in Contact you can have templates inside Contact that you can load these tracks or have access to those tracks or patches quicker. Than having to go in here and say, oh, I would like, I feel that I need the kind of like the violin staccatos, and then having to go here, load the track, then load the sampler, and go in here, and then look for those violins, violin, okay, violins, this one's particular, this is what I want, or whatever, right? And then loading the patch. You haven't seen the screen, but you get the idea. Loading the patch. That's one way of doing it. That's how we composed last week or a couple of weeks ago, and it's fine. It's just that to me it's a little bit slower. I prefer having not everything, but the tracks that I used most to have them there. And so that's one thing. And the other thing is using key switches or using key switches or having separate articulations. Like for example, here you'll have the strings short, the strings long, the staccatos, the staccatos, the spiccatos, and it's very clear here with double bass, staccato, pizzicato, sustain, etc. And so you can have one track where you've got key switches, and what the key switches are going to do is are going to keep everything more organized, and it's fine. And then when you export to kind of like the MIDI export to score, when you're creating the score, everything is going to go faster because everything is more organized and you don't have to merge tracks. But in the other hand, though, when you've got separated articulations, like let's say spiccato, staccato, the trills, etc., you're gonna have a little bit more freedom when it comes to two things: one, layer, and two, routing. So one, layer, being able to you know what, I had, if I combine the spiccato plus the staccato, I would get or have a sort of like articulation. It's a combination of both that I don't have in this library kind of isolated. I want the definition of the staccato, I want the definition of the spiccato close mic and the aggression of the staccato room, right? You can do all these combinations that you don't have in one patch, let's say, or one kind of like key switch type of track. So that's one thing. The other thing is routing. When you've got, let's say, legatos and sustains, like two separate articulations, then you've got the spiccatos, staccatos, like two other separate tracks, then maybe when you are routing these to your stems, you can separate the shorter strings and the the shorter strings and the longer strings, and that gives you a little bit more flexibility later on when you are mixing, if you are mixing with the stems, for example, or when you are, if you are in mixing, if you're just exporting the stems directly for the dub stage, for dub session, sometimes you will want to do things like separating all the short notes and the long notes, like the shorter strings, longer strings, and the short brass, long brass, etc. So that gives you a little bit more flexibility. So that's kind of like the quick answer to your question. But did I was sort of like what you were asking, or do you have any more
Yes,
specific
I
question?
should say that I'm really starting out as a noob, so I should be careful how far down the rabbit hole I go. But basically, yeah, you gave me indication that you prefer to have every articulation. I'm going to have like every kind of attack of string on a separate track, and then you just go and pick them as you go along.
Yes, and I also have key switches sometimes. So in my bigger template, this I have both. I have key switches and articulation. Sometimes key switches are a little bit faster to work with, and especially when you want a type of line, a melody that requires you to key switch type of thing, right? Sometimes you just need the key switch track, and that solves your problem. But sometimes when you are sort of like sculpting, creating the sound, sometimes you're gonna need separate articulations for kind of combining and layering. So I
Does a
like
key
both.
switch mean you program a meta command into your keyboard, like F2 or F3 or something?
It's exactly that. I don't program it myself. It comes built with the library. Most of the libraries will come with key switches, and then inside another folder you'll have sort of like separate articulations, and then you can use those for this style of template where you've got separate tracks for separate
Fantastic. Thank
articulations.
you so much.
All right, great question. Great question. Thanks for joining, and
Yeah,
welcome.
great to be here.
Awesome. Rock and roll.
Perfect. Mark, the another question is by Facundo. Facundo, all
Hey
yours.
Facundo, ¿qué pasa?
Hi. How are you, Mike?
Good, how are you?
I wrote it like a question, but it's more a thought. The sound of the library, it's great in a action cue, but it will be interesting to explore the potential expressive of the library without smaller sound. The horns in pianissimo, sordino strings. I don't know. What is the potential? It's functional for a little sound or a sound more or less thinner.
Yeah, thinner, smaller. Maybe also one thing so it's great that you bring that up. Maybe we can test that tomorrow, like for the more intimate, smaller type of sound. So that's one thing, and the other thing maybe would be like the more emotional, like long notes, like soaring melodies and stuff like this. We haven't. So it's just at this point just aggression and staccatos and fast and energy type of thing. Yes, I would agree. Maybe we can do it tomorrow. More like we can range for like a smaller sound type of thing, sadness or and then maybe going a little bit more like emotional and kind of like maybe fantasy or love or something like this, and try those legatos as well and the long notes type of thing. That's a great point. Maybe tomorrow. Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, fantastic.
Awesome.
Perfect. That's it, Mark.
All right,
We're
cool.
done for today.
Fantastic. All right, cool. Thanks for joining today. Hey, if you want to post your opinion on this library below the stream in the group, great. And on Wednesday, if tomorrow we're composing again, on Wednesday I'm going to show you a little bit behind the scenes how I build this and a few tricks and tips that I learned along the way, and how to use Halion and ICONICA. Other than that, thanks for joining one more time. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.
Mark. See you.